Logan doesn't know it, but he's about to handle his first venomous snake in the Venom program. Nice! This is the Venom Diaries, where we milk Australia's deadliest snakes for their venom to create anti-venom that saves over 300 lives every single year. G'day everyone, welcome back to Venom Diaries. This is episode number 16. They are flying by. Today's an exciting one. I've got a new fella here, Logan. It's his first day actually working in the Venom program. So he's been at the park for a few months working in reptiles, but he's come over here and he has no idea. I'm about to go and tell him he's about to handle his first venomous snake. But first, I've got to finish milking tiger snake. So I'm going to run up there and grab one of the last ones, and then I'm going to sneak up and surprise him. So yeah, Logan's just over here cleaning snakes. I've got this fella right here. There's a nice tiger, and he's just shedding. He's actually got a little bit of shed stuck on his throat there, so I'll get that off him while I've got him restrained. Wait. Thank you, mister. He's got a little bit of shed just stuck here. So I'll get that off him. Yuck, I knew that was going to happen. That just went down my gumboot. The first squirt went straight down into there. Yuck. Thanks for that.
Talk a bit about snake poo and what it is.
Snake poo, it is delicious. All right, so I'll get him on there. Oh, you can see the venom running down the side of the vial there. Lovely. Not a big yield, but extremely dangerous. One unique thing about reptile poo is you come around this side, see the hard stuff. This guy's well hydrated. All right, I'll say that. But the hard stuff, that's uric acid. So to conserve moisture, they actually do this really dry. Like that's literally their urine. That white stuff. It's called uric. And then they throw out a turd, but this guy's just given me, most of it is in my boot. All right, so that's just the tail end of it. So I'm gonna put this fella away. That is yuck and it stinks. What do they say? Don't work with children or don't work with animals because you're gonna get pooed and weed on. All right, so we've just cleaned up that little episode aside from the one in me boot, which is still in there and probably gonna be in there for most of the day, I would imagine. But let's go and see Logan, all right? I remember for me, this was like 2006 or something like that when I got taken up and here, hold a snake. You're on camera, by the way. So everyone, this is Logan. Logan, YouTube. Now, Logan doesn't know it, but he's about to handle his first venomous snake in the Venom program. So he's excited. He's handled a couple of snakes away from here, like red bellies and so on, but I'm about to give him the full drill. Now, before we start the handling process here, it's really important to learn the dangerous sides of things, as in worst case scenario bites. They don't happen very often, but we prepare for them. So we're gonna go through snake bite first aid. Let's go and get a couple of bandages. How many times have you had to go over one of these?
Never really.
Never, okay, perfect. All right, so, okay. Worst case scenarios happen. You're handling, you're in the rooms by yourself. Remember, you've always got a radio on you.
Yep.
All right, before you're handling. You're in here. Do you like my nail polish?
Love it.
My daughter did this on the weekend. How good. Only one hand as well. So you've always got your radio, right? And let's say worst case scenario happens, you get bitten. You just put the snake somewhere safe, all right? If it means leaving it on the floor, they literally can't get out of the building here. So if you just go put it on the ground and grab a bandage, that's fine.
Yep.
If you can put it into a bin or back in the enclosure, even better, but don't stress, all right? Grab a bandage before you even think about contacting anyone.
Yep.
And what you're gonna do is, let's say you've been bitten on the hand, you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then you're gonna do one wrap below, and then you're gonna come straight up the arm like so. All right, and then you're going to grab a second one, start there, go to there and start working your way back down. Then you're gonna grab this thing and say, Logan to Bilbo, go ahead Logan, go to channel 1. Hey mate, can you come to the Venom Centre or wherever you are? I've been bitten by a tiger snake, I've got a bandage on.
Yeah.
And very, very quickly, we will have probably all staff required for a situation like that. So reception would come with the first aid kit for EpiPen, that sort of stuff. We've got EpiPens here as well on the wall, but just as a bit of a backup. Someone will bring a car around to the back of the Venom Centre here, where we'll put you in. We'll grab the wheelchair, which is at the front here. We'll be straight in there. We can have you at the hospital in about 9 minutes, all right? So we practice this all the time. We do drills for it. So we'll do a drill soon to get you a bit more familiarised with it. But for the moment, you'll always be handling when I'm present, and that'll be for some time. But what I'm going to get you to do now is put this bandage on. Also, so once you've got the bandage on, you're sitting down. Yep. All right, we bring everything to you. We bring the wheelchair to you, staff, everything. So yeah, and what I want you to do over the next few weeks is practice this a few times a day. Yeah. All right, so your turn. And if you got any, you don't wear jewelry, but if you had jewelry on your hand or something, you just take that off. Yeah. All right, so they can be a bit awkward. That's why you got to practice with them. Get him on, pull him tight. Yep. So you're going 3 times over that one point. Yep. And remember, muscle movement is going to trigger that venom to move. So you want to keep it nice. So try and keep it still, and keep your bandage length a bit shorter than what you're running at the moment. So you can pull it a bit tighter to yourself, you know. And so they don't have to be perfect squares, but close enough. So you're just removing those rectangles. So pull that a bit tighter. Don't worry, you're not going to get it perfect on the first go. This is why we practice. We take it really serious. Like, it's probably the only time you'll actually see me being serious, all right, is when we're doing dangerous animal training. And you can also, if I was here and you got bitten, you can say, Bill, can you put my bandage on? And I'd put your bandage on for you. Get it in there. It's tight. Yeah, it is. And you're using one hand, so it is harder. Yeah, for first go, that's like, that'd save your life. Sweet. Yeah, that's good. And then, yeah, you get a second, go to there, and then you jump on the blower and radio for Bilbo or any of the managers to come over, and we will get things rolling. So yeah, that's like, it's, I guess the side, we try not to think about bites too much, but we always prepare for them because they can be quite serious. We're working with the world's most venomous snakes, but we have a great relationship with the hospital, which in a couple of weeks, we're going to be going down to the hospital and doing some very exciting things. I'll keep you posted on that one. And the doctors come up here a fair bit as well. So yeah, we constantly practice this with the staff. We constantly do drills. I'll actually bring you on a drill in the next few weeks as well. So we have different codes that we call for like emergencies or evacuations or so on. And I'll show you how that works. We did a couple last week for crocodile, alligator and Komodo dragon, which anything dangerous we work with, we constantly practice worst case scenario, all right? Because we need to. All right, so now handling. This is where it gets exciting. Tiger snakes are definitely what I would say, our training species. Particularly those Tassies, because they're nice and quiet. And Logan, he's been working in reptiles for quite some time now, quite a few months. So he's obviously getting a good understanding for snake behavior and so on. And that's a big thing we look at when we are doing this. Well, that guy's got his mouth open, so we won't use him. He looks like he wants to bite. There's a few things behaviour-wise we look at when we're entering any animal enclosure, all right? And for snakes, it's that feeding response, because sometimes when we're opening the door, we're putting a rodent in. So anything that goes in there, they think it's food, and bang, they whack it, all right? So that you can never, let's practice this as an enclosure, right? You unlatch it. There's no snakes in here, by the way. Use a hook to open it, and you never reach into an enclosure if there's a snake in there, right? You use the hook. These hooks literally become part of you, and you pull the snake to you, pull it out, secure it into a bin or whatever you're doing with it. It's really simple. And then when we're closing, again, close like that. Use the hook to keep it closed, latch it shut. It's really simple. Coming out of a bin, all right? So it's straight up like that. And then we pull, so just come here and have a look, Logan. I'll like hook him almost mid-body, and as his tail comes up, I grab it and slide him up like so, and I'm putting the hook under him. But what we'll do is we'll start, Chloe, you want to follow us over this way. We'll start with one that hasn't been touched yet. With this, Logan, take your time. And you want to make sure you've got space around you. So not that one, because that's the Eastern that is naughty. So I'll just show you the steps for this one. So we're using the hook to open the enclosure. You're going to use the hook to lift the hide box and move the hide box out of the way. And then you're just going to draw the tail out to you and pull it out and just stand there like that. Okay? You all right? Yep. Good luck. I was getting really excited for this sort of stuff. Like, I remember when I was his age and started in the program, it's really exciting times and you're sort of taking that next step into the direction you want to be going. Yep, flick it right out of the way. And so you can go in a little bit closer if you want. And you want to get him sort of mid-body. If you need to, like open that next door.
Yeah.
And you're not going to master this first or second or 10th go. Like this takes a lot of time. So just take your time. So start down closer to his head. By the time you're drawing him to you, you'll have his tail. If that makes sense. And just slide that height out of the way. Move that paper. Yeah, so just come in this entry here. Yeah, perfect. Yep, so pull him out. Yep, grab him. Don't worry about the water. Just pull him out. Get that hook under him. Nice! So you will be buzzing right now. Okay, so level him out a little bit. Pull your left hand. Yep. So you'd like literally pull this hand that way a little bit and like that. Yep. So you'd like almost making a V in front of you.
Yeah.
And how's that feel?
Good.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. This is mad. Okay, cool. All right, that was good. So you just take your time like you did. And if you can't get him out, you just close the door and you go to the next one.
Yeah.
All right. I'm buzzing for him. And then, here's the hook. Yes.
Sweet.
How good. So that's like literally his first venomous snake here at the park handled. Yeah, so I've been, like, Logan started with us a few months back and I've been watching him grow. He's developing really, really fast, which is good. He's got a really good head on him. You need to be in a good headspace to be able to work in here, mature, focused, because it is such a dangerous room. So, but yeah, that was great, mate. Do you want to do another one? Yeah, okay. So we'll get one out of the bin this time. Remember, you're always bringing the snake to you, all right, with the hook. Yep, so let him slide through. Yep, now grab that tail. Get that hook under him. Hold that hook a bit more solid. Yep, perfect. Get it under him. Nice. Now level him out. Make that V, so your left hand's wider. Get that hook. Yep. Yes.
Good.
Good. That's good.
Yeah.
All right, you can put him away. Yep, down. Beauty. Now I'll show you with a bit more. So pull him up like that, and then the V I'm talking about is, so you're trying to almost lock him into the hook like that, right? So you got him, he'll calm down straight away. Don't hook him up here because he'll just keep moving.
Yeah.
Hook him that lower sort of third. And you just lock him in like that. And then, beauty!
Yeah.
Literally, almost first day on a job, essentially, in the Venom program. And, I guess for Logan, if he starts doing everything right like he's doing, he keeps tracking, and, like 2 years' time, you can be swinging taipans and milking them. Like, that's how quick you can progress if you're doing everything right. With the handling, I guess the more you're doing, the better you get. And the more species you start handling, again, the better you get, more confident in your ability to be able to tackle these snakes. So what he'll be focused on the next couple of months is handling tiger snakes, death adders, and king browns. And then once I'm comfortable with his handling there, we'll then start his training on milking tiger snakes. All right, so he'll be doing what I do down the front there, pinning and restraining tiger snakes for venom production. All right, good stuff. That was mad.
Thank you.
All right.
That's good.
Alrighty, so that was really cool. I'm super excited for Logan and his progression here in the Venom program. It's just it's a really cool thing to be involved in, and he's a really passionate young kid, and I reckon he's got a really bright future. What I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to milk a couple of snakes. So we've got the Venom milking presentation that we do every single day. So in weekdays it's 10 a.m. So I'm about to go live on the microphone with that. Alrighty, can you guys hear me out there? Beauty. All right, so. I'm just filming Venom Diaries, which is a YouTube we do at the park here. So you see Chloe here with the camera. I'll start with a death adder, and then I'll probably do 2 death adders because I've got to do a few. So basically, in the program here, guys, it's the Wild Venom Center, as you've seen as you're walking in the park here. We can house about 200 highly venomous snakes in here for the venom production for anti-venom for Australian terrestrial snakes. Basically, what happens is we milk each snake once a fortnight. They bite onto a shot glass. It looks exactly like that. All right, most of them, aside from the eastern browns, which we milk on the little pipettes here because their fangs are so small. Here's one right there that I prepared earlier. All right, they're only about 3 or 4 mil long. And the Eastern Browns have got really small venom yields as well. So we capitalise on maximum venom by using these. But yeah, the majority of the snakes are done on the old shot glass, and there's just a bit of clear plastic over it that's pulled to about the same tension as our skin, and the snakes just bite into it, and we collect the venom out of there with one of these. I would just literally draw it up with that. Once we've got the venom, we freeze it in this freezer right here. So you can see the different venoms there. We got starting from funnel webs to tiger snakes, death adders, eastern brown, king brown, taipans. They're the 5 groups we do here. We freeze it, and then every 3 months we process in that machine right there. So that freeze dries the venom at about minus 56 degrees, as well as vacuuming any of that moisture out of it, which in turns crystallizes it. Here's one I did recently, and this is king brown venom. So it's a really rich yellow color. All right, and you see it literally looks like crystals. So it's had all that moisture taken out of it. That kept like that in a jar and without the lid taken off would be good literally tens of thousands of years. All right, it won't break down and just sit there like that. It's really crazy stuff. Venom, but that's what we send off to CSL Securus, and that process behind it there where they inject it into horses, little injections just once a week for about 6 to 9 months depending on what they're doing. And the horses start to produce venom-resistant plasma, and that's what they take out of the horse's blood for a pretty wild process. And that is anti-venom, all right? So you can see it's like a serum. It's quite thick. This is taipan, all right? So it's quite a decent one, 12,000 units. The biggest is black snake, which is 18,000, and the smallest is brown snake, which is 1,000 units, all right? But yeah, so these are expire ones that we just use for display, but this is our own personal kit for worst case scenario, all right? So one of us was to take a bite. We take that kit with us down to the hospital, all right? So who wants to see a snake milking? Yeah, alrighty. So grab a death adder. How am I doing? Hello, mate. How are you? Nice young grey male, this one. So the males are smaller than the females in this species. This is a common death adder. They give birth to these tiny little live young that are about 10 centimeters long. But there's an old myth with venomous snakes that the babies are more toxic than mum and dad and so on, but that's not the case at all. They're exactly the same as mum and dad, they're just smaller. Now, death adders have got the fastest strike on the planet, and they can bite, literally strike at 350 kilometers an hour, all right? Ooh, nice hit. And you can see all that venom in there. Extremely dangerous stuff. These guys are ranked number 7 on the planet, most toxic. And that bit of venom there, it's probably 60 milligrams, would kill every single person here, probably 3 times over. All right, so really, really dangerous. To be honest, these guys make me probably the most nervous out of all the snakes I work with, purely because they're just so fast. You can't get your hand out of the way if they were to strike, and you're in the strike zone. All right, I'm gonna get him off. He's not letting go. Come on, mate. Beauty. Ooh, really nice red one, this one. Got a wild scar. Have a go at that from where it was wild caught. So this snake, this is a really big male. He's like over half a meter long, probably pushing 60 centimeters. The thing too with death adders is, ooh, they got a little lure on the tip of their tail. So they sit literally like this in the bush, and they have that little lure and they wiggle it, and as a bird or a lizard or whatever comes running over, whack, game, set, match. All right. Ooh, not as big as the other one, but still pretty decent. And if you look closely there, you can actually see the fangs of this snake piercing through. And so adders, death adders are found pretty well right across Australia and a few of the surrounding islands, and there's 7. Oh, he's got a shed fang. He's actually shedding a fang right. It's just dangling there. He's just dropped it. Let's see if I can get it. It's just caught on the edge of his lip. Ooh, danger. There we go. It's on my finger. So they constantly shed their fangs, And that's one he's just dropped now. So he's got another one there that's already working. This one was just sitting there. Really cool. All right, guys, that's going to be it for the milk, and I'll get those in the freezer now. People love to see the milkins here. They're really cool when you get to see it up close and personal like that in the big glass we got here in the center. So make sure if you are coming to the park, check the times when we're doing things, because you can literally come and see the milkins like this once a day. Even better, book a Venom encounter, and I'll show you, I'll chuck in the end of this video, we had the winners from the giveaway come in yesterday to the park. They drove all the way from southeast Queensland, sat the Arvo down here through the night, came here, did the encounter at 9 a.m. in the morning, spent the day here, watched the croc show, and then jumped in the car and drove all the way back to southeast Queensland. So yeah, they were wrapped. The two young fellas, Ben and, oh no, Ben was the one that was super obsessed with Venom Diaries. The other one, Ollie, that's his name. So it was Ben and Ollie are the young fellas that came in with the family for the giveaway that they won. So I've got the winners from the giveaway with me, and they've driven all the way down from southeast Queensland just for today to do the Venom encounter and a couple other things. So Ben, the oldest one, so we've got Ben and Ollie here, and their mum and dad. Ben's big fan of Venom Diaries, and his favourite snake's a King Brown. So I'm not going to let him down. I'm going to get out one of the big King Browns. So if you guys hang back here, and I might get out. We want to see a big one. Might get this one here. All right. What do you reckon? You like this one? So we'll yeah, got to get him by the back of the head. Just like that. And I'll come over here. Got my special shot glass. Alrighty, so have a go at that. You just can come in nice and close now. Look at that. Pretty cool, eh? You can see his fangs. Yeah, and lots of venom. And very dark yellow, isn't it? Yeah. And so King Brown's your favourite snake?
Yeah.
And they're a black snake, aren't they? They're not actually a brown snake. And are they Australia's biggest venomous snake?
No.
No? I think
They're
they're
the biggest.
they're the world's biggest. The King Cobras, definitely. These guys are Australia's biggest venomous snake, but the King Cobras, they get even bigger, don't they? They can get over 5 metres. Massive. Absolutely massive. What other snakes do you like?
Eastern brown.
Eastern Browns? You want me to get an Eastern Brown out for you? Yeah, you want me to milk one? Yeah. Alright, so I'll put this fella away and we'll get out one of the... I'll try and get out a quieter Eastern Brown. Now, this guy's not actually letting go. It's been a little bit naughty. See this? They don't let go. They just chew. So I'll put this away. So I'll need you guys to hang right back for this one against the window. Ooh, see that? Try to bite me on the chest. Not very nice. And believe it or not, this is one of the quieter of the Eastern Browns. Very defensive snakes. Very hard to handle. So you can come in now and have a bit of a closer look. You can see the venom sitting just there. Just that liquid. Very, very dangerous stuff. So this is the second most venomous snake in the world. Pretty wild. It was really fun. I've milked a few snakes for them, and yeah, really appreciate the support that everyone's given the channel. But yeah, and also if you visit the park and you see me, come and say g'day. Love to have a yarn and hear any snake stories you got. But anyway, that is it for episode 16. You know the drill, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you for episode 17.